Welcome back. Well, today I'm joined with Dan Oweiler, who is here with Sterling Financial. And I know now we have a lot of questions and a lot of concerns about our finances. So hopefully he will be able to answer some stuff for us. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining a Zoom.
Well, glad to be here. It's been a few weeks since I've been able to come in live and be interviewed, and there's been a lot going on since then, but happy to be here today.
No, and thank you for doing our Zoom. This seems to be our new norm for now. So we'll have to conduct our interviews like this. I know.
It's everybody's new norm right now.
That's probably why sometimes it's hard to log in because so many people are using Zoom, but nonetheless, glad we can have you on. So let's take a look at kind of where things are at right now.
Well, I think it was probably been a month since I've been on with Ken and as an interview. For years I've been sponsoring this day on Channel 6, but there's a lot of, obviously the stock market crash has come as a result of this, and I think that the stock market needed an excuse to correct, to be honest with you, but it does impact us because businesses across the country are going to be impacted by this. If you look at some of the major industry, travel industry, vacation industry, cruise lines, they're all having problems, financially, and as a result of that. And so the market's going to react to that. And unfortunately, if clients have had money in the market, they're going to get pinched just like everybody else does.
Right.
I've always maintained that in retirement, it's not how much money we make, it's how much money we keep that matters. And so sometimes our approach is we'll give up some of the upside to protect against the downside. And so we're not always out there trying to hit home runs. We're trying to hit a lot of singles without striking out.
Yeah. So I would imagine you've had to make some adjustments. I mean, obviously this came really fast. The stock market started, taking dives, and then it went back up, and then it took a dive again. So it's really volatile. So in changing behaviors, what are some things?
It's really tough when the market reacts that quickly. It's one thing if you're having a bear market over a 6-month period, you can kind of react. But when it does it in 1 to 2 weeks, it's really tough to react that quickly with everybody. And so, sometimes for those people that are I have clients that say, I'm just going to write it out. It's done this before. Well, writing it out at age 45 is different than writing it out at age 65 or 70. We sometimes don't have the time to do that. And so, it's a little bit different approach depending upon what your age is. And so writing the markets out is a little bit different for a 75-year-old than it is a 45-year-old.
Right. Well, what are some things that people are concerned about right now? What are some of your most popular questions?
When's it going to turn around?
Magic ball here, right?
My crystal ball ready. It's at the cleaners right now. It's pretty cloudy.
Yeah.
But, a lot of my clients, they've come to realize, hey, I don't need to get the 15 or 20% return. I just need a safe place to accumulate money. And we're using some safe annuity type products right now that still allows them to get a decent return, but they're not going to hit a home run.
Right.
And so, there's a lot of opinions about annuities, and there's good annuities and bad annuities. It's just right now when interest rates are so low, if we are getting 8% in CDs, we'd all be in CDs right now. But with interest rates almost at nothing, you can't earn anything in the banks.
Right.
And so we need to find a safe place to accumulate money without risking it too much.
Right. And then, obviously there isn't a lot that can be done right now. I mean, there's a few things that you're mentioning, but, writing it out doesn't seem like a good idea, like you said, at a particular age. But then writing it out, when we finish this, what are some things that we need to do after?
Well, again, it depends on who I'm working with. Everybody, financial plans aren't a one-shop stop. It varies with each individual. I was doing seminars 3 months ago, warning people about a drop that's going to come. I didn't know when, but I look like a prophet now. But people who didn't listen now are experiencing that. I have some that said, "Hey, I got out of the market at the first of the year, and I'm glad I did." Going forward, if they end up writing it out, I don't know how long it's going to take to get back to where we were. That's the problem. After 2008, it took about 6.5 years just to recover to where the market was before it dropped. I don't know how long it's going to take. It seems, I heard this the other day, it seems very apropos that the market goes up like an escalator, but comes down like an elevator. The escalator goes up a little bit slower, but it comes down a lot quicker, Right. And so if somebody chooses to ride this out and they get back to where they are, my recommendation is to lock it in and then get into something that's not going to affect your life for years to come.
Right. Well, yeah, volatility, as we mentioned before, and like you said, in 2008, it came back in 6.5 years, but that didn't include all these businesses going under.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now we have all these businesses too. So.
Well, I think that we've accumulated more debt over the last month than we can afford. My personal opinion is we're going to have a recession. Just because of all the businesses that have gone about. Like you said, Lisa, a lot of businesses are going to be going out of business as a result of this. And we're going to see the debt that we're servicing now is just going to be enormous, and, we've picked up probably $3 or $4 trillion of debt in a matter of a month. And it's just ridiculous. It's great for our pockets for the short term. And politicians generally deal in the short term because they want to get reelected.
Yeah.
But the long term, we're going to have some major problems going forward as we climb out of this situation.
Right. So while people are staying home, the majority of our community is pretty much at home, doing what is asked of them by, the government. What are some things that they should look at right now in their financial portfolio? Give us kind of like a checklist. What are some things they should be doing?
Well, if I knew where the market was going, I could tell them what to do. I could say, well, even though the market is down, we maybe want to move out, and get into some safe things right now. But if the market goes up or goes down, I had a client when this started, thought she had some money in the market, and she said, I thought I could, my risk tolerance was a lot more than it is, and I can't stand the volatility that we have here. Mm-hmm. And so even though the market had come down a little bit, we got her out and got her into something that is a little bit safer, but a little bit less potential return, but a little more stable. So looking at, again, it's all an individual thing that as I sit down with people, but the older people get, the less aggressive they should be, obviously.
Right.
What I have found is if people will just protect what they have, they'll probably be okay. It's where they try to get too aggressive and build that up that they run into problems.
Okay. Well, obviously during this time, you're probably not sitting down with people face to face. You're probably doing Zooms like this. And also, can they still contact you via phone too?
Yeah, we're a family-run business, and so we really are kind of self-isolated as we are. Our building is locked down, but we still can get people in. And I have clients, and we wear face masks, and we have hand cleaners, and we do get together when we need to. And so if there's somebody that really feels like they want to get together, we can do that. Unfortunately, even under today's circumstances, it might be a month or two before we can even meet on a person-to-person basis if the government keeps this in place. But I do meet with people when they're comfortable doing it because we're fairly self-contained as a family-run business. But if they would like to even talk on the phone or do a Zoom conference, they can certainly get in touch with us, and we'd be happy to do that.
Okay, perfect. I mean, there are ways around this, and we're finding all these ways, via phone, via Zoom. I mean, there's a lot of capability out there. And this is where I think it's wonderful that we have all this technology now.
Right. Well, it's interesting what the new norm is going to be after this. Right. I think about colleges who have shut down. There's no kids on campus. I've got a daughter-in-law that is taking a graduate course, and everything is done over Zoom and everything. And I'm wondering, if the new normal, you're going to cut down on college costs because people can do it online now.
That would be ideal. Too bad I already put one through college.
That's right. But the new norm is going to be different. One of our foundations is our seminar marketing. We do a lot of seminar marketing in restaurants and things like that, and we've had to cut that out for the next few months. And will that start up again? Well, we don't know, but hopefully this won't last too long.
Well, like you said, your crystal ball is a little cloudy right now, so you better clean that off because we want some answers.
Well, the key is a lot of my clients, even though we've had some, haven't lost any money because we've had them in these types of annuities that don't, your principal is guaranteed, and so even though they didn't make any money this year, they don't lose any money, and that's what's critical. I have a lot to say that I can afford not to make money, Dan. I can't afford to lose money.
Well, right, absolutely.
And so,
Well, good. Well, I appreciate you taking the time with us. Thank you so much. You stay healthy.
Well, we should do this again in not too long a future.
That's right. We'll try and get this moving along when we have some better answers, I think, as to where things are going. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
I'll get my crystal ball out.
Yeah, please do. All right. Thank you, Dan.
Good to chat with you.
You too.
All right. Take care.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And we'll be right back after this.